Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick.
I'm Rich.
I'm Dana.
And today, we are talking some TMNT, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from our shirts or from the table, we're talking Ninja Turtles.
We are indeed.
We are.
So, let's give a little bit of a recap here.
Okay.
We just watched the first Ninja Turtle movie from 1990.
Can I fix that? Because they said, "Hey, let's watch this movie together." We put it on. I don't even think we're 10, maybe 15 minutes into it. Both of them.
No, I lasted longer than he did.
Okay.
Because
So
I was
10
gonna,
minutes, 15 minutes.
I was gonna stay awake and fight it, and then I saw Nick was like falling asleep. I'm like, oh, okay, if he's allowed to fall asleep, I'm falling asleep.
Well,
So I recently watched it.
was
No one
more
else
than
did.
15 minutes.
I think that you were in and out because I snapped people pictures of you sleeping. So you were sleeping.
And then I did wake up at a couple points.
Yeah. But we got roofied by a hype whale.
Yeah,
that's a story for another day.
Yeah, you may see it later on something.
But you watched the entire movie.
I watched the
And that's
whole
your
movie.
first
Ninja
exposure
Turtles
to
any.
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, to really anything Ninja Turtles, actually.
Other than just seeing the merchandise or hearing us talk about it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I originally needed to be informed of how they became this because I wasn't sure if they were teenagers first and then they got turned into like Ninja Turtles, or if they were turtle. It actually didn't even cross my mind that they started out as turtles. I just thought they started out as teenage boys and they got turned into mutant Ninja Turtles.
It's like the Street Sharks. They were started off as boys and turned into sharks.
Yeah.
It's come up a lot lately.
Yes. But anyway, we thought we'd talk about this because the new movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, comes out on June 3rd or whatever.
And then this week, Mutants in Manhattan, the Platinum game, is also getting a release.
That's right. So there's a lot of Ninja Turtles going on. So we thought it was a good time to kind of say why we like the Ninja Turtles, why we've liked it for life, and then find out what Dana thought about her first Ninja Turtle experience, whether or not she wants to see the new movie, and stuff like that. So why don't we just start off with our thoughts,
Okay.
and then we'll let Dana kind of go in and ask us some questions about whether or not she disagrees or agrees, blah, blah, blah. So Rich, your thoughts on the Ninja Turtles. You got the shirt on.
I do. Just like you both, I've got a shirt on.
I hope we all have shirts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have some extra special episodes later.
With our
Sans shirts.
coming out of our shells.
Yeah. Out of the shadows and out of our shirts. But no, so I have watched Ninja Turtles for as long as I can remember. Like, it has always been a part of my life. Because the cartoon started in 88, 89, something like that?
That sounds right. I think the comic started in like 80.
The mid-80s, I think.
Or 86.
Okay. And I was born in 90, so they've always... I grew up watching the cartoon. I played the NES game, all the arcade games and Genesis games and stuff like that. So they have always sort of been a part of my life. And it's just something I've never stopped loving.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I literally don't remember a time when I wasn't getting Ninja Turtle toys, when I wasn't going to see the movies, when I wasn't watching the cartoon. I remember going to see in like the early 90s, they did a live stage show with the Ninja Turtles, and I remember going to see that and it being like a transformative experience.
That's cool.
And I have the VHS tape of the live experience somewhere. You gotta see it. It's crazy.
That's really cool.
It's awesome. It was like Disney on Ice, but Ninja Turtles. But it wasn't on ice either, so it was nothing like that. But I remember going to see. I don't have like a vivid memory of seeing the first movie. Because I would have been 3, but I remember going to see the second one, the third one. I remember even back in 2007 when the TMNT movie came out, like being really excited to go watch that. And then being really excited again for the new movie. Because it was like, could this be Ninja Turtles on like the live action scale that we've always imagined? And
it wasn't.
It's not. I know that you like that movie less than I do. I enjoy that movie. overall, just because of my nostalgia for the
Yeah.
characters. I think that there are some parts where they get the characters right.
Well, I think
the elevator scene, I was like, that's the Ninja Turtles.
The one thing I think it does really well is the relationship of the four turtles.
Yeah.
Like, that's, if it nails nothing else, that's the one thing that it really captures.
Yeah. And I'm really excited for the new one. I really am. Because, like, I mean, for the first time in a live-action movie, we're getting the Technodrome, we're getting Krang, we're getting Bebop and Rocksteady. We're getting all these amazing things.
Bebop wasn't that a Barney character?
That's Baby Bop.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for that new one. We'll see if it delivers or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they've just always been there in video games too,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I just remember playing the hell out of the arcade game.
Yep.
And then Turtles in Time, just playing over and over and over again with my friends and my cousins and by myself.
There's a place locally that has that machine.
Oh, really?
Has the arcade cabinet.
Wow.
With 4-player co-op.
We gotta go.
Yeah, it's fun. We were in there for like a party or something, and like we just stopped dead and we're like, nope.
Chuck E. Cheese?
No, it was player one.
Yeah.
We just like all stopped dead and we're like, nope. We are playing this. We will go over there and socialize in a second. We are playing this right now, and we beat it.
That's awesome. So good. So, Dana, you're here. You just watched the original 1990 film.
Mm-hmm.
So the Ninja Turtles started off as a comic book.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, but when you were younger, you didn't read the comic book. So this was your first?
Either the
or
movie.
Was there like a show before
honestly,
this?
I don't know.
After?
There was a cartoon before this.
Before this.
Before the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it started in like
I don't know what
88.
the timeline is. I feel like I watched both at the same time, so I don't really know. But all of a sudden there was just turtles everywhere. Like the toys were
It was
everywhere.
huge. I had so many different
The
turtle
cartoon
toys.
was
And
everywhere. All types of merchandise
1987
everywhere.
was the.
Okay, so the cartoon was what we saw first.
Okay.
But anyway, you just watched the live action film from 1990
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
the first time, first Ninja Turtle experience. What did you think of the film?
I think that I'm ready to see the new one.
Okay.
So you
Yes.
want to see the new one?
Yes, because I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of this one.
Okay.
Like, I would like to see it done better. I just feel like it wasn't done very well. Like, I mean, just like everything about it, like the costumes, like the outfits, they looked like costumes. They looked like they just like went to like Party City and they're like, hey, we need 4 Turtles costumes because we're making a movie, and then they just threw them on instead of like making it look good. I don't know.
Well,
They kind of all like looked like puppets too, the way that they were moving.
well, yeah, there was one point where you were like, what is this, the Muppets? And I didn't want to say then. I thought we'd save it for now.
Yeah.
But like Jim Henson Company did make those costumes. The guys who made the Muppets.
And Splinter was a Muppet, and you could totally tell.
Whoa, yeah.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
But all right, so I knew that you would think that the movie looked old.
And it
Yeah.
you know, I do love this movie, but it's very
It's
dated and
no,
it's
totally.
not great.
I mean, just the fact that they would use like sound effects, like throw you against the wall, boing, you know, like it was just stuff like that where like I was over that. And like they would have like little flashbacks, like when he was telling about, I think he was telling April about when they became the Turtles and all this. And it was literally like someone in their backyard, like, hey, like putting like 4 turtles in like a pile of green stuff and just filming it with like their camera because they didn't have phones, so they were just filming it with their cameras.
That is what they filmed,
And
you know,
like,
movies
it was,
on. were
It was
cameras.
just like, I would say phone if they had like a camera phone, but they didn't. So like it was just kind of lame. Like I guess I'm used to like the high quality like CGI productions and not this like Muppet stuff.
So are you not a fan of the Muppets then?
I did watch the Muppet movie, like the newer Muppet movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
Okay. So you're
But
okay
they
with
didn't-
Muppets.
But these were like Muppet puppets. Like you could tell like they were being pulled by strings. But listen, the Muppets in
They're not being pulled by strings. They're a guy in a costume.
Yeah, but the Muppets in the movie didn't. In the Muppet movie, doesn't look like they're being pulled by strings. The one in this movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, looked like Splinter was like with a string, like being controlled by a string. That's That's why they left him like tied up for half the movie so that no one had to pull his strings because they had to go get the turtle costumes ready.
So you thought, all right, I knew that you would think that. I knew that you would think the movie looked old and dated and the costumes looked goofy. But what about the characters, the story of the Ninja Turtles? Did you like the dynamic of the characters?
I mean, I thought it was really awesome that they were very diverse and they got one from the Bronx. Like, what was with his accent? Raphael, like, he was just like...
I mean, they are in New York.
Straight out of Compton. He was straight
It's definitely
from the
not
hood.
in New York.
No, he was just straight out of it. Like, and then the other ones were, like, acting like teenage boys. And he was, like, the adult, like, mobster, like, oh, bada bing. Like, it was just not...
Okay.
And another question.
All right.
When did they get this obsession with pizza? Like, where did this come from?
They're teenagers.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're turtles. I would understand that if they had originated as teenagers and been transformed into turtles, but they started as turtles, and they're still turtles, and I don't really think turtles like pizza.
They do.
These turtles
do.
So if I went to those people that filmed those 4 turtles in their backyard, you think they like pizza?
They'd be all chowing down on the pizza.
I just found that aspect a little odd.
Okay.
Like, where does the pizza play into this? I know that pizza and Ninja Turtles are like a combination, but I don't see where the strings are attached there. I don't see where we tie them.
I imagine it was like just an easy food for them to get from the sewers.
Oh, yeah, like the pizza guy, like, who's not freaked out at all by dropping a pizza into the sewer and, like, thinking that's okay.
Yeah. So you're excited, though, maybe you're interested in seeing the newer one.
I'm
because
interested
you think
in
it'll
seeing
look better.
higher quality movie, yes.
All right, fair enough.
Now, would you be interested in seeing the original cartoon series?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I would because I like cartoons. It was just like the, I don't know, the way they put this together.
Well, you said the new cartoons on Netflix, right?
The new Nickelodeon one.
Would you watch that?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
So this hasn't turned you off from this. It seems like it's made you more interested in seeing other Ninja Turtles.
I mean, yes, but it's also made me kind of judgmental towards the Ninja Turtles just because of the production quality. Like, they allowed that to happen.
Okay.
But
this was a massive hit back in the day.
That's amazing.
Got
that really is
two
amazing.
sequels.
That's amazing.
Vanilla Ice shows up.
Or the sequel's as bad as, not like bad, like
the
movie
third one
wasn't
is bad.
But
I mean, what did you think of the movie? What did you think of like Shredder and stuff like that?
Shredder is the bad guy.
Yes.
Right? Okay, I get him confused with the Rat because they both start with S. Yeah, he was alright. I didn't really understand why he had like an army of teenage boys, like letting them just like, they were pretty much in like a bar. Like, they would go and like they'd play pool and they'd smoke cigarettes and they'd be drinking, but
it was
they're
the
like
90s.
12.
What did you think of April O'Neil? Like, she's a grown woman hanging out with
With turtles.
With teenagers.
With
Teenage turtles.
In the sewers.
I really don't like calling them teenagers because they're turtles.
But they're teenage turtles.
And when did they grow up to be adult turtles?
They don't.
Was there like a throwback?
I mean, I guess in this movie they are technically adults.
Yeah.
Was there like a throwback of them as like childhood turtles? Teenage infant,
Well, you kind of get them as little babies doing the karate.
Yeah, they show that.
Movie.
Yeah, no, but I want like a whole like full-on series of it.
No, there's nothing.
Little baby turtles.
No, there's
no.
April O'Neil, yeah, I really thought that she was gonna fall in love with one of the turtles, actually.
I think that would have been controversial in 1990.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was gonna happen just because like she was like shouting out Raphael on the news, and they were like.
What about Casey Jones?
He surprised me.
Okay.
I didn't think he was gonna be a big part of it. Like, I thought he was just gonna like fight the turtle, and then I thought he was gonna become like a secondary bad guy. You know. Another thing that surprised me was that what's his name? Shredder.
Yeah.
I thought he was a pig. But he's not.
No.
He's a human.
Mm-hmm.
So in this movie takes place like 10 years after the third movie.
Okay.
And you have Casey Jones voiced by Chris Evans, Captain America. April O'Neil is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Sarah Michelle Gellar. You got Kevin Smith. Patrick Stewart's the bad guy.
Interesting.
So you'd be interested in seeing that one. It's actually a pretty good movie.
You can watch it without seeing
Yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah, I would watch that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Very cool. So to move on. All right. So we have this new movie coming out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows.
Yep.
You didn't really care for the new Teenage Mutant
I
Ninja
did
Turtle
not.
movie, but you're excited for this new one.
I am. I'm cautiously excited for it.
Why are you excited for this one and not the one before it?
Well, I was excited for the one before it.
Okay.
I just don't think it was very good. It's very much a mess of a movie.
I see.
But they nailed the turtles right.
And it had that one really, in my opinion, really good action sequence on the down the mountain.
Oh yeah. And this one, it's introducing, like you said, Technodrome, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, like all these characters.
These guys.
Like everyone from like the big characters from the cartoon.
These guys.
That we grew up watching.
Yeah.
For the first time in live action. So that gets me excited to see them and to see how they handle them. So I'm cautiously excited for this one.
So they're in the new movie.
Yeah, so the one that's coming out next
I
month.
see. Is Shredder Asian still?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right? Because, yeah, I've seen that movie 3 times.
I haven't seen it since theaters, and because there was the
Well,
one guy
I
who
mean,
was
we
kind of
spoil it.
yeah.
You're going to watch that new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't spoil it for you.
Okay.
Shredder's in the new one.
Yeah.
Really? So then he didn't get shredded.
Well, the new one's like a reboot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that came out a couple years ago is like a.
I don't know if you'll ever watch it because you hate it. See, my favorite Ninja Turtle movie is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, the sequel to the movie you just watched.
Uh-huh.
And in that movie, Shredder does come back, and he's Super Shredder. That's the one with Vanilla Ice and the Ninja Rap. And
Interesting.
Go Ninja,
yeah. See, that one, I think that's when they like nailed the dynamic of the characters even more to the cartoon. The first movie is slightly more serious, like the original comic was serious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is
The second one's silly.
Second one's silly. And then the third one, they kind of go back in time, but the turtles look kind of different.
Because
like
Jim Henson isn't
Yeah.
doing the ones for 3.
Right.
So it all looks a little off.
And then they had that other live-action TV series where they introduced the fourth.
Oh yeah.
Like the fifth turtle.
The
and
female
then
turtle.
Female turtle.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
That sparked my interest. What's your name?
I don't know. I didn't watch that show.
Mm-mm. That's like one of the few like Ninja Turtle blind spots.
And then they're like those turtles crossed over with the Power Rangers.
Yeah, and then there was like another animated series.
Yeah.
And
so
then
all of the, I haven't watched much of the Nickelodeon one that's on now. It's supposed to be good.
it's
I
real.
wanna
I've
catch
watched
up on that.
quite a bit of it. It's really good.
But the original cartoon that we grew up with, that's really good. And then this cartoon was really good too.
Mm.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that was really good too. So really, I mean, they've always been around.
Yeah.
The comics are really good right now by IDW. I just picked up the first issue of Batman and the Ninja Turtles crossover.
How's that?
I haven't read it yet, but
Okay.
I'm excited. It just ended. Like every issue of that, IGN gave like between like an 8 and a 10.
Nice.
So that was supposed to be really good. So Ninja Turtles are here, and you've seen them, and you want to see more.
Yes, I will see more.
All right, so we'll probably have you on when we talk about the new one.
Yeah.
To see what you thought about those in comparison to the original.
I imagine we'll probably do a review discussion on
Yeah.
the new one when that comes out.
So, but overall, I mean, I just love the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stems from.
I don't either. Like I've never tried
It's
to
just that
examine
perfect
like why.
combination of like, I think loving pizza, but also I think it really was the toys
Mm-hmm.
that really, because it was one of the first things that like you loved, and there was just tons of toys.
Yeah.
I think that might have been what it was, and it just hooked kids in the early 90s.
It hooked me.
For life. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I know people who are, in their 30s and stuff who are still like super into Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, absolutely. So we love the Ninja Turtles. We are going to be seeing that new one, like I said. So stay tuned. Probably a week from now. Right?
Yeah,
weekish.
weekish.
Because it comes out June 3rd. So
Yeah.
we'll pretty soon
So
have that review up.
before we go,
Yeah.
around the table. Favorite
Favorite
Turtle.
Ninja Turtle. Yeah. Easy one. I think we have the same one.
Okay.
Donatello.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't have a favorite. I didn't know this question was going to happen.
Well, if you want, you can wait, and then during a review discussion, if you want to
Yes.
have a favorite by then.
That way I can get more of their personalities.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
acceptable?
Like
okay.
we both really like Donatello,
Yeah.
but that's not like the popular opinion. Most people
No.
like Leo or Raph or Mikey.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like it seems like Donatello's kind of like the odd man out.
Well, it's weird. Like
I always connected with him.
as far as like kind of the mainstream vibe, Donatello seems to be the least popular.
Yeah,
But
that's what I mean.
among the people
The
I
real
know,
fans.
like you and like 3 or 4 other people who are like really into Ninja Turtles, they're like, no, like Donnie's the best.
Yeah. Because I think Donnie's the one that like actually like nerdy geeky people can latch onto. Because
Yeah.
he is like
He does
he's
machines.
the geeky guy. Yeah, he's the inventor.
Yeah.
Which they also really, I thought, captured pretty well with the new one, with him too. That's why I like that movie. I thought they got the turtles right. But you're right. I mean, the story, it leaves some to be desired. But anyway, that's the Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
You're going to give us your favorite on the next one.
Yes, I will.
Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you tweeted while we were watching that movie, you were tweeting some thoughts about the Ninja Turtle movie.
I did tweet a little bit.
Where could people find those thoughts and more?
You can go check that out at Dana Explains.
I'm at Stonks.
I'm at Rich Belson, and the channel's on Twitter at oabeer_official. You can also email us at overbeerofficial@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/overbeer. Find us on Instagram, over_a_beer. And of course, we're on YouTube, youtube.com/overbeer. If you enjoy these videos, like, share, and subscribe. Let us know why you love Ninja Turtles, why you don't love Ninja Turtles. Who's your favorite turtle? You can leave all this stuff in the comments below or tweet at us or any manner of communication that we have just mentioned. But that'll wrap things up for today. So until next time, cowabunga.